Welcome back, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames. In this video, we are going to talk about Angelina Jolie gaining edge on the Winery legal battle with Brad Pitt. Now, guys, do you remember Angelina Jolie? She sold her shares to Brad's major competitor, and Brad was like, it's because you're sleeping with them. Not only are you sleeping with them, you've sold them the shares just to get back at me. However, Angelina, whatever is going on, seems as though she doesn't care, and it seems as though she is really getting Brad really good where it hurts. Now, to further add to that, right? To further add to it, we have Angelinajolie Pitt, who has completely removed her father's last name. So she is no longer using the name Pitt, and she ensured that she used her own money to do her name change. So something very serious is going on. Now, also, if you guys remember, initially when Angelina Jolie had filed for divorce, she had some complaints about Brad being very aggressive with the kids, like he's being abusive with the kids or just, being too hard. But whatever it is, you could tell that Angelina was not down for that. And many people thought that she was just being malicious against Brad, but I don't think so. I don't think she was being malicious, because if you look at Angelina and her kids, you can tell that she is a true mother, okay? And also, to further add to that, none of the kids are currently speaking to their father, so that definitely says a lot. Now, we're going to get into this report because they're saying Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's ongoing legal winery battle unfolds with a new twist. On Monday, November 25th, Pitt has been asked by a judge to present files that, according to Jolie's lawyer, Paul Murphy, will prove communications concerning abuse, lies to authorities, and years of cover-up on Pitt's part. Man, this is so, how do they do it? It has been going on for so many years, right? Now they're saying the documents include messages, emails, and other written communications. Previously, Pitt's lawyers argued for her motion to be rejected and labeled her demands as sensational fishing expedition and wide-ranging and intrusive. So Brad Pitt is firing back, saying, her actions and her intents, they are just like fishing and they are sensational. So you know that when he uses those words, he's like, it's not true. She's just making this up. She's just, putting out a bunch of claims out there that is just based on her emotions, but there's no evidence to this. That's literally what he's saying. Now, the report further states Jolie's legal team claimed that Pitt has been fighting to hide those documents, which, according to Murphy, are crucial evidence. His actions harmed Angelina and their children and are central to this case, the actress lawyer added. Murphy continued, but I want to again emphasize that Angelina never wanted any of this. She never pressed charges. She left all their properties, and she is the one who tried to sell him the business in the first place. So let's pause. So you see, it is really good to get some context in there, because all this time, Brad has been making Angelina look as though she's just this evil witch. Not saying, outside of that she isn't, because Angelina does give the sense that she is this diplomatic individual. Those people who makes those diplomatic moves, you may hurt them today and they just walk away, and they're celebrating for years, and telling yourself that you've been victorious, and for years upon years, you'll never see this individual react. And they're watching you. They're watching your every move. They're watching your every step, and they just wait on the perfect opportunity to take you. Every time I look at Angelina, that is who I get. So I mean, in this case, what her attorney's saying, if she hasn't, taken any steps and walked away, left every property and everything, which means that she was like, I'm done with this. I'm over and I'm done with this. But, she could have, see some things coming and just knew from the get-go what she was doing. But in this case, particularly, I have to say that if Angelina walked away, leaving everything, why is it that Brad did not give her a settlement? She walked away, leaving everything. And then after that, you're taking this woman to court. You're telling her, because I remember there was an initial report where he said that he wasn't going to take back, her shares of the winery because it was a wedding gift. He wasn't going to take it back. So she was like, okay, since you're not going to take it back, let me sell it. And that winery has always been like something that is being eyed by their major competitor. So the major competitor made Angelina an amazing offer and she took it. And even though it is Brad's major competitor, if Brad is actually thinking, there's really no loss in this for him, right? But I mean, when it comes to affairs of the heart, people tend to not think things clearly. They cannot, see the end of the rainbow or the end of the tunnel. That's what happens oftentimes. Now we're going to dive back into this report some more, right? Because again, as Angelina's legal team is saying, his actions harmed Angelina and their children and are central to this case, the actress lawyer added. Murphy continued, but I want to again emphasize that Angelina never wanted any of this. She never pressed charges. She left all their properties, and she is the one who tried to sell him the business in the first place. To this date, Mr. Pitt has never been held accountable for his actions and has at all times controlled Miraval and the winery, yet he still demands more. She wants this to end. The children want this to end. And Mr. Pitt should focus on healing their family, not pursuing lawsuits. So I definitely get it when he said that. And it's more evident that, Brad Pitt is tying up Angelina Jolie in this legal battle so as to inflict, emotional distress. Because if he's hurting, then she should be hurting, and he's going to make life difficult for her. Even if he can't win, he's going to tie her up in this lawsuit for as long as he can. So it's like, being bitter, being angry. I mean, at what point do you say enough is too much and, let things go and move on? Because I do believe that this is what Brad should be doing, just saying it is time to move on, let it go and move right on. Now we're going to dive into the final, report here. It says, for the unversed and now divorced couple is in the middle of a long-running court battle centered around the Château Miraval estate, which produces an award-winning sparkling rose. So, you know that this is really telling of Brad Pitt's action, because the law is saying that Angelina will defend herself in court by representing the evidence necessary to demonstrate that Pitt's allegations are demonstrably false. So, and I think they are too, judging from everything that her lawyer has pointed out in this case. I think they are as well, because her attorney would not make such claim unless there's some evidence to back that up. When he said that she walked away from everything, she didn't want to be caught in this legal battle, but Brad refused to do the right thing. He's the one who's consistently drawing this woman in this legal turmoil, and Angelina wants to move on. The kids, they want to move on as well, but I believe that Brad is just butthurt because he doesn't have a bond with the kids, and Angelina does, and he might be just mad at them and their mom. And as such, this is how he is basically soothing that ego, that feeling. He has to be revengeful. But I'm going to keep you guys up to date because we've been following this case for the past 2 years. And at one point, we thought that it was very close to over. We definitely did. But evidently, every time Angelina tends to bring things to a close, Brad always comes back swinging at her with some nonsense. It's time to move on. It is definitely time. But guys, this is interesting. And it's sad at the same time that Brad is not allowing this woman to move on. But I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? While you're at it, remember, support the video by giving a big thumbs up. Also, I have some cool merch. So please check out my merch section and support if you can. Stay safe and see you guys later. Bye, guys.